Somebody give me a banana.
Can we try again?
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Ishmael. And this is Help Us. So we wanted to talk about ringing in the new year and talk about some New Year's resolutions to get everybody's... Well, we want to focus on making ourselves feel better. So, part of that, I guess, let's find out what your New Year's resolution is.
So I'm gonna do a few things.
Yeah.
I have a big trip planned for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Tell everyone where you're going.
I'm going to Hong Kong, Singapore, and Bali for 5 weeks.
You know, just a little trip.
Just a small trip.
It's like a weekend getaway.
Just a weekend getaway for 5 weeks. It's nothing.
5 weekends. Five weekend getaway.
Just a 5 weekend getaway. It's very minor. So, in an effort to save money and also just to make more things at home, I'm going to not eat out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to eat out at restaurants. I'm not going to buy any coffees out. I'm not going to go shopping. Like no clothes, no nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Wow.
So everything I'm going to have to buy at the grocery store and then eat in. So that's one of my things. And then also, just for fun, just to see how it makes me feel, I'm going to do 30 days fully raw vegan. So if anyone wants to join me, let me know.
Yeah. And
we can share recipes and maybe get a little group together. See what we can do.
Also, if anybody wants to ask her more questions about her 30-day raw vegan diet, you know where to find her. Go to her Instagram, Food and Fit YYC. Yep, right here. It's right here. Yeah, and ask Rachel any questions and maybe give her some tips if you guys have some tips too. We're always open to hearing from everybody. Those are some pretty good goals.
Thanks. What are yours?
I don't have as many, nor do I have any 5 weekend trips planned at the moment. I know.
I thought everybody did, but
everybody plans 5 weekend
I thought
trips.
everyone was coming with
Just a weekend getaway. I think my biggest thing, having had ulcerative colitis now for a little over 2 years, I think I want to focus heavily on a diet, like the diet, and how diet plays a big role in healing my gut. So I want to focus heavily on that, I think, this year. And I've already kind of started, because in May I started seeing a naturopath, and we've put a lot of emphasis and focus on my diet and nutrition and making sure I'm getting the right supplements and stuff to counteract that. But, you know, part of that I think also is going to be the foods that I consume and where they come from, and having that proper balance in my diet to make sure that I'm eating the things that are going to reduce inflammation and kind of put me back in check. And I guess that kind of brings us to the fact that we're watching a movie. So we watched a movie.
a documentary.
Yes, we did. It was called What the Health, and I think that's kind of triggered us to talk about New Year's resolutions and stuff. And in this movie, it's from 2017. You can find it on Netflix. It was done by Kip Anderson.
Yeah.
Kip Anderson?
Kip Anderson.
And it's super informative about just handling illnesses and trying to fix things through a plant-based diet. And also a lot of the political aspect of how government controls.
They control you.
We both watched that, and I think we both took away different things from it, and we kind of want to discuss that with you guys, and as well hear your guys' take on it if you've happened to watch it, or if you're going to watch it. It's definitely a big recommendation from us. Mm-hmm. So Rachel, what did you think of What the Health?
Well, I've seen it quite a few times. It's one of my favorite documentaries, but I often watch documentaries over and over and over again. I already eat a plant-based diet, mm-hmm. but sometimes it's good to have little reminders, like if I'm thinking oh, I kind of want to eat this, or what's the worst effects of it, I usually just rewatch a documentary, and then it kind of resets me to say, okay, yeah, this is why I'm doing it. This is going to keep me on track. So the one thing I found really interesting was with dairy consumption and the hormones. So I think people get really caught up on protein in animal products such as like milk or cheese, dairy, and they forget about all of the hormones that the animals have or injected with or given in their food and even their living conditions. So when the animals are living all so closely together, they're just more prone to sickness and they're given more antibiotics and all of those things that are put into the cows, like you're getting in your body. They're not filtering that out.
Yeah. And also, one big thing I took away from there when it comes to protein is that, people are really fixated on how much protein they take in to gain muscle mass and all this stuff. But the reality is you actually only need about, for like an average man, like height, weight distribution, you only need about 56 grams of protein in a day. And, sometimes when we're talking fitness and stuff, a lot of people assume you need like 250 to 300 grams of protein a day. And to be honest, I used to be that way when I was doing weight training, and I worked with a trainer and he was always like, you need to have about 300 grams of protein a day. And
that's a lot.
That is a lot.
I couldn't even eat that much.
And he wanted me to have about 3,000 calories in a day plus 300 grams of protein, and it was a lot. And that was before I got colitis, so who knows, like maybe obviously if you watch the movie you can kind of see the correlation between sometimes when you're ingesting so many things like meats and dairies to try and gain that mass, that potentially that may be a cause for increased inflammation or other like health issues, even like skin problems. People can get a lot of skin problems from this stuff, and it all kind of comes full circle, and you kind of figure out how much the correlation is between what you eat and how you feel.
So a lot of the arguments are if you are working out more, that you do need more protein. So
yes,
do you? Based
on the facts and the studies that were in that documentary, I heavily believe the fact that if you're having a plant-based diet, you're gaining the right amount of protein for your body. Not only that, but it's going to be easier for your body to break down, because as they discuss in the documentary, we don't necessarily have the right stomach acids to break down meats like an omnivore would, because we can't necessarily break down the meats as quickly as we may consume them. It all kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, we might be a little bit more full, but it doesn't mean that we're absorbing the proper nutrients. It doesn't mean that we're taking in as much protein. Like, yeah, we may be consuming that.
But is your body actually getting it?
Yeah, it's your body actually using it. There's a lot of eye-opening things I thought in the movie. The one thing that I was really shocked at was kind of when they were discussing like the pig farming. That was really pretty gross and graphic, and there's some things in there you're gonna watch, and it does open my eyes to like, it makes me want to focus more in this upcoming year on where my food's coming from mass produced or if it's free range, whatever it may be. You want to kind of take note of that, because some of this stuff with like the chickens, they were injecting like a saline solution or salt water into the chicken to try and make it last longer.
Yeah, they said that that's the highest sodium content is from eating chicken.
Not only that, when they were discussing diabetes, which is a huge thing that they discussed in this documentary, a lot of people are under the assumption right now that diabetes stems from sugar intake. And yes, sugar can play a role in that, but what seems to play the biggest role in precursor to diabetes is the intake of like meats and stuff. And then sugar can get caught within your system from that, like the blockage and everything.
Yeah, because your body's unable to absorb it. If you have the higher fat content, then it's like lining your intestines and lining your arteries, and your body's unable to kind of break those things down because you're having like a higher fat content.
Yeah, which makes complete sense.
Which was like animal fats, to be very clear.
Yeah. And then it creates pockets within your digestive system which can trap the sugars. He did go talk to the American Diabetes Association, and he was, going through their website, and some of the recommended meal recommendations that they have on their website are high in cholesterol and fats, and they had like bacon wrapped shrimp.
Yeah, bacon wrapped shrimp was one of their recommendations
to help with having a healthy diet when you have diabetes, and that's not a healthy diet even if you don't have diabetes. So it's really eye-opening, that whole documentary.
So you eat meat?
I do eat meat.
So what's going to change for you? Because I know that you're a little bit kind of weary of watching the documentary.
I was.
And now you've watched it.
I think I do
eyes
want
are
to.
open.
I think I'm going to incorporate a lot more of a plant-based diet
Mm-hmm.
moving forward, and I'm also going to make sure I know where my food is coming from. I don't think I'll be able to like completely cut out meat. There's certain meats like I don't think it's not that I eat pork anyways, but it's like turned me off of the idea of it even more so.
Pigs are super smart. Did you know that?
Pigs are one of the smartest animals.
Yeah, they're so smart. And I'm not saying like eat cows because they're less intelligent. I'm just saying it's actually crazy how intelligent pigs are.
Yeah, you can actually train pigs.
They're smarter
more
than dogs.
Yeah, more so than a dog. For the fact that I do eat meat, like it was pretty shocking, and I will still enjoy certain proteins like meats, but I'm going to be very thorough and cautious on where they come from because yeah, that was just
Yeah.
too much.
I'll help you.
Thanks.
I'll help you on your plant-based
Yeah.
foods.
You know, they talked to a lot of people in the fitness industry through that, and a lot of them had moved away from heavy like meat proteins and more of a plant-based diet. They had a lot more energy. They they were seeing a lot more gains when they were with their like weight training and stuff. A lot more quicker results as well. Overall, they felt better. That all makes sense.
So, along with gut health and food consumption, we talked to our good friends at Nelson Naturals, and they hooked us up with some toothpaste.
Yes, they did.
So, I legitimately use this toothpaste like every single day, usually 2 or 3 times a day, because that's how many times I like to brush my teeth. But it's all natural. So they have calcium carbonate in there, baking soda, colloidal silver,
Which is very good for you.
sea salt, xylitol, Castile soap, essential oils, and trace minerals. And also their containers are plastic free. So they're little glass jars. You can reuse them or recycle them. So I've given you some to try.
Yes, you have. So I will be giving that a shot, and I will be keeping everyone updated on my Instagram. They also have a activated charcoal toothpaste. So
Here, I have the little thing here. I have this one too. It's amazing. Yeah, charcoal is really cool. People are putting it in a lot of things.
yeah, well, it draws out toxins, which is a huge thing. And it's also
Also,
whitened.
I was just going to say their product is 100% guaranteed, so you can try it for a week, and if you don't like it, you'll get your money back. And you know what? If you don't like it, just give me your toothpaste, and I will. I'll keep it and I'll use it.
And we actually are going to be giving away. We have 3 of these little guys to give away to our subscribers. This is the Spearmint Thievery Blend.
The Thievery Blend. I like this one. It's like a cinnamon.
But anyways,
I like it.
We will be giving away 3 of these little guys for people to try out, and we'll be picking 3 of our subscribers on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do
Subscribe.
so. Yeah, we'll have little giveaways every once in a while.
Yeah, that's it. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everyone, and
Year.
we'll see you next week.
Bye.
And make sure to like and subscribe.
Yes. Do it.